Yeah.
I think I just hear your voice.
Yes. Yes. Question.
Like right now, I'm like dizzy. I
Yes.
always have something wrong,
Yes.
you know, from all the
Acceptance.
stuff that I went through.
Yeah, question is, I put it on Facebook today. Acceptance. You know, and I have a whole chapter in this book on acceptance. First chapter and many pages, because the fundamental thing that one needs to evolve spiritually is acceptance. If you don't accept yourself, then you are depriving yourself of all your talents and all your potentials. Then if you don't accept, deny yourself, what happens? You look outside. So you like to be in somebody else's shoes. You don't see all the potential you have and you look outside. So you can never evolve because you don't use all your potential and you are going in the wrong direction. Like comparing with someone, you don't have all the talents for it. Like somebody is a successful businessman in certain field, but you don't have talent for it, and that person becomes successful. You expect to be successful, you cannot do, because you have different talent, you can be successful in that. So acceptance is exploring what we have within our physically, what we have potential, mentally, emotionally, talent wise. I just give simple example that one family lived in poverty, died in poverty. When they died, they looked into their house and they found treasures in the basement and in the attic. All this entire life they lived in poverty because they did not explore attic or the basement. So this is what we do. We stay on the surface looking at our superficial thing. We don't explore all the things we have. We use them. We can be very successful. We don't have to be like someone else. We are unique, and everyone has some positive qualities. So when you find those qualities, you become successful and you find joy. That means you should know what you love and you have to apply it practically. See, so when you apply
How do you accept illness?
illness, yes,
How do you
it's
like
right. This is
stuff?
illness, yes, that is very tough one to accept. But if there is choice, there is no choice, then we have to deal with it. Like this is my karma, it's a result of what I did, I'm paying for it. Somehow endure it as much as you can, because if you resist it, it becomes worse. Okay. But reality of life, we have to learn to accept even when there is no problem. Except we get older. Old age is inevitable. Sickness is inevitable. Disease are inevitable. You know, all these things are changing. This is why Buddha woke up ahead of time before all this thing came, because he was a prince, he had potential. But after, then what? Would I ever get old? Would I get sick? Would I die? It is inevitable. So for few years I enjoy this life, but then I have to face. So I rather face it now. I want to find the answer. And the answer he found is, we are not the body, we are not the mind, we are the consciousness. We are never born, we never die. So meditation, to get the awareness of our permanent nature, that everything is impermanent, changing, we are not the body. What is the purpose of the body then? Purpose of body is to use it constructively. What is constructive use of the body? Is to meditate and find self, find inner peace. So people who live to be 100 years, and suppose God granted several hundred years for them to live, what would they do? They do the same thing. Eating, sleeping, pleasure, sleeping, life will go. Other people who have illness, sickness, suffering, then they know they have only 1 year to live. These people use maximum time of maximum 1 year effectively, so they find tremendous wisdom. So consider all the suffering to give us time for introspection and to look into what is permanent, because we are not the body. Pain is inevitable, but when we are in dreamless sleep, we don't remember the pain. When we are in dream, we don't remember. So really we are not the body, but we are the consciousness. Now for average person it is very difficult to do, but only thing is we deal with it the best we can and avoid the resistance. And some great spiritual masters, they say, God, people ask God, God give me this wealth, lottery, money, fame and power. And devotees say, God, give me some suffering all the time. So why do you want suffering? Everyone asks. Because if I get all the luxuries of life, I might forget thee. But if you give me suffering, I would remember thee. And think, how many times we remember God? When do we remember God? Only in suffering. So consider, suffering is the time for introspection, because it is inevitable, sooner or later, for everyone. Okay, so this is the message, to go inward and recognize that I am observer, because we are not the body. Body dies. Nobody hangs on to it. Body is gone. It's a matter. What suffers is not the body but the mind. Mind is connected. This is why we feel the body. If the nerve is disconnected, the current doesn't go to the brain, we don't feel the pain. So, and pain actually has a purpose. If God did not create the pain, we would bleed to death and we won't know it. Just anything would happen, and the pain is a signal that something is wrong. So God made this for purpose, but sometimes we have to suffer because something we did that resulted into it, or understanding reincarnation, that something from the past I have to pay for it, so that at least we don't blame anyone for our sickness or our suffering. It's my doctor did not treat me right, my parents did not do this or this. Don't blame anyone, forgive everyone. So the meditation to forgive others. So many people were suffering and in the problem. They tried to serve others, and by serving others they forgot themselves. So more and more we think of ourselves, pain increases. More and more we serve others, we forget ourselves, and pain decreases. But these are some of the hints, that could be helpful.